This is Dr. Catherine Bankole Medina, and today's podcast is entitled Unfold the African, and it is on Edward Wilmot Blyden. By the time Edward Wilmot Blyden's African Life and Customs was first published in 1908, he was 76 years old and nearing retirement. This book is a collection of his writings about Africa as they were published in the Sierra Leone Weekly News. As he settled down in Freetown, Sierra Leone, his recollections reveal that he had lived a life dedicated to the regeneration of African people. Blyden had a long time to think about Africa and his travels throughout the western region of the continent, the United States and Britain. He was an ordained Presbyterian minister, an educator, politician, and a professor of classics. As a historian, his work is filled with ecumenical discourses, which also include thoughtful observations of African life on the continent. Blyden wanted to unfold the African by studying the traditional African past, the African past uninfluenced by European cultures. Like many black historians, Blyden contemplated the immense future of Africa, African people, and the world. But he noted that nothing useful would emerge, quote, without accurate knowledge, unquote, of Africa. This burgeoning theme of the quest for accurate knowledge would fill volumes in the early part of the 20th century and challenge scholars today. Dr. James Conyers, Director of Africana Studies and Professor of Sociology and Anthropology at Kean University, is a noted Blyden scholar. Dr. Conyers assessed Blyden's importance this way, quote, Blyden was the first person to clearly understand and articulate the needs of the African world and to develop a program for African redemption, unquote. According to Dr. Conyers, the essence of Blyden's African thesis can be found in the ideas of Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois, and Marcus Garvey. Blyden, as historian, demonstrated how the study of the past is transformed when Africans record their own history. We are referring to how people actively use knowledge and information from the past and extend it outward to touch and overlap contemporary black society. While Blyden's work was not without controversy, he laid a foundation for a view of African people that transcended negative racial discourse. By the time he died in 1912, Edward Wilmot Blyden overcame his own dislocated views of Africans and sought to move blacks through a process of illumination, emancipation, and homogenization, harmony with the world. Certainly, the life and work of Edward Wilmot Blyden impacted countless writers of African history and will continue to be intensely studied in the future.